All right, here we go. Like doing another vlog, man. You gotta give me a thumbs up, man, because I've been pushing them. I've been pushing the content, man. So we're here at. So I decided we're taking the load now, right? We're taking the mulch load to Jackson, Wyoming. I decided to take the I-80 and then the 89 up instead because I feel like it's gonna be an easier route for the truck. That's why I took it that way. Um, Normally you would take like the 15 and then cross over, right? Maybe cross over into the towards Logan. You know what I mean? Take the yeah, probably take the 89 crossover. That's probably the most beautiful route, believe it or not. But like I said, I was thinking it was gonna be a lot harder on the truck to take that route. That's why I took the 89 within Wyoming. You know, we're gonna take the 31st, pick up, go north on Evanston, take the 80, go north on Evanston, and then we're gonna pick up the, what is that, 16, and then the 89, and then the 30, and then the 89, the US 89. So, and then that should bring us all the way to Jackson, Wyoming. Now, I'm here at the pilot, right? At the pilot in Evanston. It's bad enough that this pilot has so limited, man, like the space is so limited, right? So when people are backing in, they have a hard time. But we have so many drivers now on the road, you know, so many trucks on the road nowadays that I think people are being so impatient, you know what I mean? Like there's no courtesy, you know? Like I see people like backing in, right? They'd be backing in. They have a hard time backing in because these spaces are tight. Look where we are, right there. And then look at this guy right here. I mean, he's just so close, right? And his other side is close. It's not his fault, you know what I mean? But anyway, I see people backing in over here in these spots right here, and then you got people that are just like rushing, you know what I mean? It's like, what the heck? And then you got the police coming in. They're probably looking for somebody. Anyway, it's just crazy, man, that you got people are no longer, they like, trucking is so different now, man. And it's I don't know what to say about it, really. I mean, like at the same time, you got to understand, right? They haven't expanded truck stops and parking and things like that. But at the same time, these drivers, you know what I mean? You should like, that's one of the first thing that you are taught, right? Is that you got to be courteous, right? Give them time, you know what I mean? It's not like, I mean, 5 minutes out of your day when somebody to wait for somebody to back in, it's not that bad, you know. It may seem bad while you're sitting there and waiting for them to back in. I mean, that's when you just get out of your truck and then help them out, right? I mean, I don't know, man. Like that's what I do, you know. When I see somebody struggling with backing, and then, you know, I'll ask them, hey, you want me to you know, watch you? And then there's some times that they will tell me, nah, I got it, man, I appreciate it, you know. Ain't nothing wrong with that, you know. I'm not taking that offensively, but it's just that it blows my mind, man, like how impatient some of these people are on these truck stops, you know. I know we're starting off this vlog in a complaining. I promise you, we're not complaining, man. We're just telling it like it is. Oh, what in? Okay, you see that guy right there? So he had one of his chain for the back. One of his chain for the back on that thing. He got it in between the rims. There's aluminum rims on that, on those drives. He's got it between the rims. You know, like the chain is running between the rims. Okay. I mean, it's probably not gonna hurt anything, you know what I mean? But you could possibly damage the product, right? You could possibly damage the rim. I don't know why he had to go between the rims. It makes no sense to go between the rims. I didn't see no point. Anyway, let's go. Let's get this vlog started.
Open air, side by side we sway there in all the colors.
is a view right here. We are on the 89, right? US 89 on the Wyoming side, I believe. We are on the Wyoming side. And it is Salt River Pass Scenic Overlook. I did not realize how steep that stinking hill is. So like the top, this is the top, right? We're getting ready to go down, but we just climbed up. Boy, I tell you, I didn't realize how steep it is. I stopped here purposely. You see that? I like that. I like that view right there. I stopped here purposely for that. That's like being in the freaking Antarctic. Look at that. That's like, I bet you it's really cold over there right now. That flatbed right there, I don't know what he's doing. He might have gotten a couple of tires. It sure looked like one of his axles, the inside tires, probably not doing too good. I don't know. Look at that. Now that's amazing right there. I gotta take a picture of this. Check out this view. We are at our location to drop right here, this building right here, okay? Let me take you guys for a tour. Just so you have a little bit of context, this is where we are right here. We came in from right here, US 26, right? I believe this is 26. Oh, 191. Okay, 26 already made a turn. But anyway, this is where we are. We come in from the southbound, right? And I was thinking about turning here, and then I decided to turn here instead. Well, I had a feeling it was going to be tight, but I thought I was going to be able to go in here and back in. But there's actually so many people still in here. So I had to think about it for a second. So I was facing this way, right? And I decided to just back in over here. And as you can see, those little things right there, those ain't helping none, okay? Basically, this whole area is tight. Let's go walk it. So when I called these guys, that's why they do it by appointment. Anyway, there's nothing else back there. That thing, it goes to a dead end. So when I called these guys Friday, they were like, hey, you're gonna have to park on the side of this building. I was like, why can't I park over here? Yeah. But anyway, they told me to park right here. So I had a feeling it was gonna be a tight area. So here's what we did. Look, I mean, it's just, look how tight this area is. Like, even if there weren't cars in there, I don't think I'll be able to make it in there because you got snow piles right here, right? And then you got this island right here. If they got rid of that island and they got rid of all of this, you actually got a lot of open space. But, so anyway, we came in from that road, came in, nosing in, backed in this way, and then took it out this way, went onto the street, as you can see the freaking marks, and blocked the street off and backed in, okay? So I'm trying to give you guys some context. See, I've been making so much content here lately, I didn't know what to talk about in this vlog, but this is it right here. So, like, this is some of the challenges that you're gonna go through, right, as a truck driver, right? I mean, like, these guys, a lot of these guys, they don't tell you much, okay? Look at this area, man. Like, if they didn't block that off, if they just cleared that off, it would have been way better, you know? But, like, look at this. We could have easily just backed into that, or we could have been stuck in here, man. It's a good thing I was able to speak to somebody before we went here and got into this situation. The reason why I did it this way instead of nosing it in, because in the morning, I can guarantee you, in the morning, this whole area is probably going to be pretty tight. So I went ahead and positioned the trailer to where I can easily get out of here. You know, right now they can easily unload me in the morning, first thing in the morning. Hopefully there's not that many people when they come in yet. But this is where they told me to park, you know. I started my career with Western Express, right? And let me tell you, that was an experience of its own. Okay, I mean, and that's a whole like book. That's a whole book we could talk about Western Express. Anyway, there was one time I got into a tough situation there, and I was new, and yeah, I panicked. Yeah, you know, I was nervous. So it's like, you know, it took me a while, but finally got it right. And then with ATS, when I moved over to ATS, I got into that a situation in there too. So I drove for Western Express for a whole year, and then I moved over into ATS, drove for them for a whole year, and then I drove for David. With David, boy, I tell you, I was van driver. Man, we got into a lot of nasty situations. I'm talking like back end situations. There was one time where I backed in. I had to blindside back a roundabout into a dock. So basically, I had to blindside, right, going to the right, coming in from the street, backing in from the street, and then you go around all the way around, and then it goes boom. You know what I mean? The dock is like the back where the building went from the front where I come from to back it in. Boy, I tell you, that was one of the toughest one. And there was a couple more time where I had to, you know what I mean, like exit in there from the street and things like that. So dry box will test your driving skill, backing skill, that is, you know. So I like that experience. I like that I got to experience that with you know, when I was driving for David. And this is what I mean about earlier, right, when I was talking about the pilot, you know, in the beginning of the video. You know, there was stinking the pilot, the parking is just too tight. You know what I mean? That pilot over there in Evanston, Wyoming, is just way too tight. And then there's some people in there just have zero patience, man. There was one RGN hauler, right? No, double drop trailer, and he was loaded, and then he was coming from the fuel aisle, and then the guy, there was a reefer in front of him waiting for this guy to back in and just giving him space and things like that. And then the freaking double drop driver comes around and then like gets really close to the guy that's backing in, and now he's like stuck in there. You know what I mean? It's like, wow, really? You know, you would think RGN driver would know a little bit more better. You know what I mean? But I guess obviously, I guess not. But that's why I started talking about that. You know, that pilot, because like some people just ain't got no consideration, man, anymore. You know, in trucking. You know, like when I first started, man, like a lot of the old school helped me out. You know what I mean? Like they didn't judge me because they realized that I was young. You know, I was fresh. I was a rookie. You know what I mean? And then, you know, when they could, they helped me out. You know what I mean? And I love that aspect of things. You know what I mean? Or I love that, you know, like people are willing to help you in trucking back then. You know, I mean, this is not even way back then. This was in 2013. You know, so it was still, but there was still a lot of people that were willing to help you. You know what I mean? So we're gonna end the video in this note, right? Last time I was in Jackson, Wyoming, which was, I want to say, October of last year. I delivered over here, and it was a construction area. Boy, I tell you, that was another tough situation, man. Jackson, Wyoming is one of those places that a big truck, an 18-wheeler, does not belong here. They should really, like, they need to take these businesses, like these little businesses, you know what I mean? They need to have like a freaking warehouse somewhere outside of town and, like, you know, create something over there. I don't know. All I know is that, like, if I had a spread axle, there's no way I can get in here. If I'm a fixed spread axle going in here from, you know what I mean, from the road, from the main road, it's going to be a lot harder to get in here. You know what I mean? Or to just maneuver in and out of here. So and this is some of the things that they don't tell you, right? They don't like, you know what I mean? It's like the guy that I was talking to is like, they get this delivery all the time here, right? And that should have been like one of the things they should have mentioned. Be like, hey, listen, we suggest that you come in here at night. You know what I mean? Like later at night, so there's not a whole lot of traffic, so you can maneuver your rig in there or whatever, right? Or maybe they should order some freaking, a smaller truck. You know what I mean? Instead of trying to order a whole big truck in here, But like I said, if you had a spread coming in here, I just don't see it. You just don't got enough space for that spread, for you to be able to have enough room to get in and out of here with that spread, because the spread is a lot harder to, to bend and things like that. So, boy, I tell you, man, and they just surprised me with that. I had a feeling that I was gonna come into this kind of situation. I didn't think it was gonna be that bad. You know what I mean? So yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna be I think it's gonna have to be really, really good rate for me to come back to Jackson, Wyoming, because boy, I tell you, this place is like, the whole town. It's a not beautiful town, I guess it's like a ski resort area or a retirement area or whatever it is. But anyway, but it's not made for big trucks to deliver here. You know what I mean? As a matter of fact, there's another van trailer over here that's probably waiting to deliver to these guys, because their loading area is probably all the way on that side. That, you know what? Let me go show it in the vlog, just in case you guys don't believe me. Let me see. And he's stuck. I don't think he's stuck, but he just said, screw it, I'm gonna park right there. See? That's him right there, way down there. So he's like, I guess the dock for this place right here is on the other side, which is good, so we don't have to be like freaking squeezing in here. Anyway, that's the end of the video, man. I know there's not a lot of interesting things, but this is what we go through in trucking. But look at this beautiful view, though. Look at that mountain. Boy, I tell you, that's a view. That, man, I didn't even see that. I didn't even see that at all. Look how steep that is. Like, I don't think the camera is picking it up, but that's really steep. That's really close, right? Look. It's so close. This is a beautiful town. That I would give it to them. That's probably why it's so hard to maneuver with this big truck in here, But look how close that is, man. And look how steep. Wow. I wonder if there are houses up there. That is so insane, man. You still never cease to amaze me, man. It's just, I'm always amazed. Like, right here, they could have easily made this a lot easier, man. Well, maybe not. I don't know. I'm not no engineer, but I'm not gonna get into that. See, look at this. Like, I guess this is also like a little loading dock for these guys over here on this side, Look how tight. We will see you guys in the next video.